it's Rick again. I want to show you how to put a electric anchor in your boat using not a factory anchor setup but a factory winch. You can buy these units pretty well anywhere as you go. They come with the winch, hand control, the steel cables on it. We replace that, of course, and a relay in case you overload your electrical system. It'll pop, and it's a pretty good setup. They come in 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pound, and I'm just using what I can get. Most of these you can find on sale at most of your stores. It's regular $100. They were on sale for $50 a throw. The best I could do for a factory anchor was about $114, but they were too weak if they got hooked up on anything at all. They work on sort of like a windshield washer motor or a wiper motor for a car, and they are very low power. These are very powerful. So I'll show you how to do the mounting. It's early spring. It's the 28th of April, and it's cold, but I'm too anxious to get out and do stuff, so basically I'll show you a couple of ways I hook this anchor up. What you do is you replace the steel cable with a good quality line. You can use paratrooper cord, a 600-pound test or something like that. So basically you make a base for it, you mount your winch on the base, mount your base on the boat. This one's a rear mount. I run the line over that, and I'll show you shortly. Electrical supplied by the battery in the front. There's your controller right down where you can get your hands on it, and we run the lines over to a battery. I use one of these batteries we get in Canada at Canadian Tire. They go on sale for about $175. It's got a 110 volt, 12 volt to USB, running lights, air compressor, a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's pretty cool. So just stay tuned, there'll be some more. So there's basically the unit hooked up to the anchor. I use mushroom anchor, and there's a roller setup. I just made this up with some brackets. You can make up one similar. Gives a place for the anchor to sit when your boat's going along, because you tighten it up and it just sits there. The way you drop the anchor is there's a button. I put an extension on it because there's a wooden cover for this one, you'll see. And basically you pull that and the anchor will go down, and I'll show you in a second. So basically that's the setup there. There's a release for the anchor. I'll pull the release and I'll let the anchor down, and I'll show you how you get it back up. When you pull this release on the side, the anchor goes down. Now I'm in the yard, so I'm only just doing this for show you, because out in the boat it's going to go down farther, of course. You pull it back in till it locks, and you hit up. And this will lock in, and then you're all set. When you've got it pulled up, depending on how you do your roller system at the back, there's all kinds of them, including factory ones. Put it out farther from the boat too. It'll lock in. It's in there tight now. I've made a little box cover for it. It's a little wooden box to cut down on the noise and keep me from getting myself in trouble. It sits on top here, I'll show you. So there's the box. I made a cut for the wires to come out. Made a cut in the front for the cord to go through. It doesn't touch the box, it's just the right opening. You can do a circle or whatever you want. And then I made it so that you can get your hands on the winch release for dropping the anchor. Here's the anchor set up on my other boat. Sun's a little bright, but basically the same thing. You take the winch, in this case I had to reverse, up's down, down is up, and you use cord. This one has paracord on it, and you make a mount for it. I used a trailer keel mount with a roller on it. And this is a little device I made. It's just a safety cable with out of a piece of 30-pound leader and a clevis, just in case it drops or something. It's the same thing here. You pull this button and the anchor will drop. And I've got my wiring running along the side of the boat. And it runs along here. And then my control is right next to where I'm doing it. And on this one here, I believe I reverse the controls. And then it will go, the wiring goes to the back to the battery. I use the mount for the trolling motor to get the power for the whole setup. It gets it from the battery at the back, but that's where the plug-in is for it. And depending on how you want to do it, you can also reverse these wires. You can go black to red or red to black, whatever you like, depending on which way you want the winch to reel in. I've got mine reeling it in on the top so that it winds up instead of to the bottom. It keeps it tighter that way. And then when it comes up, it locks into the roller and you're all set. So that's basically how you make yourself an anchor for your boat using a winch. Like I said, you can go anywhere from 1,000 pounds to whatever you want. Just be careful. Don't use a steel cable. Use rope. That way, if it gets hung up, you're not going to pull 3,000 pounds or 2,000 or 1,000 and pull your boat underwater. Either the rope will break or you'll get the anchor loose. I mean, it's inexpensive compared to everything else. On this one here, I put a box on it so that I didn't put my hands near any moving parts at the front of the boat. As I showed in the other one, it's basically away from everything, so it's operated remotely, so there's no problem that way. Anyways, hope that gives you a bit of a hint on how to hook up a winch for a anchor motor. They're noisy and they're slow. It's about takes in about 1 foot of line, depending on the model, for about every 5 seconds. That's a lot. So 30 feet of water, you can figure it out, or 50 feet. But if you can put up with the time, and you can put up with the noise, they are noisy. It's a good alternative to buying a factory one, because I find that they're just too weak. Anyways, I hope you have a good spring, and I hope this helps you out. Thank you.